Welcome aboard to Virtual Studio Party. No, Virtual Collage Jam. On Kim's
We're
stream,
off to a roaring start.
on Kim's streams, I'm always calling him Virtual Collage Jam, so it's only fair that I call my own stream Kim's title. So welcome aboard to what Kal thinks might be Virtual Collage Jam, if he's not, but he's not sure. It is Monday the 13th, so maybe that's it. That must be it, right? It's
Blame it on that.
Yeah, exactly. So
people are always blaming things on Mercury being in retrograde. I have no idea what Mercury's doing. So
yeah.
We'll
so
settle for the 13th.
Well, the Mercury was rising this rather alarmingly this past weekend, wasn't it? I hope you got outside in that insanely warm weather and didn't get blown away in the process. Anyway, it is our last Collage Jam for 2021. So, but we're just at the outset, so we have lots of collaging to go. And I will be collaging on the topic of together again. I chose that because I thought some people might be together again this Christmas with their family, having not been last year or whatever. But I also, that isn't the tact I'm going to be taking with my collage. So there you go, right? But because together again is pretty open-ended, so I'll be curious to see where you head with it. And before I go yak any further, I should mention that I am here with the lovely and talented
Kimberly Coe.
Woohoo! As my sidekick, my partner in crime, my what else? My chat reader, my artistic muse, my prompter.
And your person who's going to mention that you should open up the camera app so that you don't look blue.
I do look rather blue, don't I?
You really do.
Yes. All right.
And everything else looks even bluer.
Let's see if I can fix that. Defaults? Is that what I should do?
No.
No. Okay. No, that is still looking pretty blue, but that might be because I didn't have it set up to begin with. Anyway, I guess we're going to be blue today.
Right.
We tried. So, yeah. So I am going to switch to the overhead camera and get my collage tools going. So welcome aboard. And Kim will, while I do that, Kim will update me on who's with us, etc.
Yes, I'm just switching Wi-Fi sources because for some reason my computer decided it wanted to hook up with the one that's at the other end of the house instead of the one that's immediately below us. So,
well, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
It really is. So anyway, I can tell you that Jane is here.
All right, Jane.
Val is here.
Yay, Val.
And Ruth Austin is here. I'm thinking that, Ruth, have you retired now? Is it official? Is that why you're able to join us? So nice to see you. Annie is here.
Yay. Hey, Annie. Hello, Ruth, by the way.
And Ruth has a number of things to say.
All right.
So
well,
let's get to that.
Ruth, you have the podium.
She's curious about all the neckties. She's seeing a portion of them, not all of them.
Right. Well, I can't answer that, but Kim certainly can.
So those are. Don't show. Oh, okay. You're going overhead. Sorry. I thought you were trying to show all the ties.
No, I. Nope, not doing that.
You got a brief glimpse of the ones that are hanging here, and it turns out there were just as many more that my stepmother subsequently found. And yeah, for a guy who hated wearing ties, he really owned an extraordinary number of ties. And one of the reasons for that is he never threw any ties out. Possibly even ones he never wore once.
And it looks like his daughter is the same.
I have some of his ones from the 1950s, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, it's all fodder from an art project I'm working on. Yeah. I don't know what form the ties will take, but if nothing else, they're an inspiration. So yes, and just for in case anybody's watching this later or is on now who doesn't know, my father passed away, and that's why I'm in possession of all his ties.
Yes, so Kim is processing her grief as an artist does, which is not to say that's similar in many ways to the way we all do, and different in other ways, right?
Well, sure, artists are human, so I process it in human ways, but I also process it in specialized art ways, which anybody who's in Toronto in May of next year
will be able to
see the results.
Because that's when your show at Redhead is going to be, right? Yes, my show
has been rescheduled to May to align with the Contact Photography Festival that takes place in the month of May in Toronto.
Right, which was your studio or your gallery mates at Redhead said, do you want this? Because you often include photography in your work, so why don't we give you that slot? And I thought that was very generous and
well, I have to give a shout out to Sohila Esfahani, who's number one, an extraordinary artist, but she's the one who actually suggested it, and I must thank her for that. In fact, that reminds me I should actually thank her for that. Now, because I've been chattering away, there's lots of chat going on that we need to get to.
All right, well, let's get to it.
Added that her dad passed away in January 2020.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ruth.
So just over a year before my dad passed away. And she said, I kept his ties, hoping to come up with a plan to use them in some sort of art. I wonder if that is what Kim is planning. So now you know.
And now you know. You've heard the answer.
That's
so
right.
Yeah.
Ruth, I think Ruth says yes, and I think that's to the retirement question. So congratulations, Ruth. That's great.
That's super exciting.
Now, Judy Nugent is here.
Hey, Judy, welcome aboard.
She says, hi, Kim and Kal. So glad to finally be able to join again.
Yeah, welcome back.
Guys. It's
we haven't
quite
seen
a while.
You for a while. Yeah. So delighted to have you back.
Yeah, we really are. Ruth says, yes, I am retired. And yes, that sounds like my dad as well. Hence why I have so many ties. Oh, dear. Bless them, eh?
Yeah, I mean, your father.
That wouldn't have been your father, Kal.
No,
your
my father
ruthless.
Was a, he you know, my father got rid of things left, right, and center. Now, we had a nice clean house but he'd be like, he'd come in and say, okay, these models you built, you can only keep 5 of them. It's like, what?
Yeah, representing thousands of hours.
Yeah, you know, and so,
skill building
and so there were often tears.
Yeah.
Whereas your father was the opposite. He kept everything, right? So,
exactly.
Yeah, so
Rebecca is here with
Yay!
us.
Hello, Rebecca.
Good
Welcome
to
back.
see you, Rebecca. Annie says there is a simple quilt pattern in a sun shape made of ties. Well, there is an interesting
right.
idea,
Yeah, it would make sense because they're
be a lot. You would need a lot of ties, and maybe I could have enough.
Yeah, I think you do. I think you do.
Kal votes for yes, but I do. Anne Lakeop's here.
Yay! Hey, Anne.
Hi, everyone. So good to be here again. I love the prompt and may combine it with some collage greeting cards, which I'd like to mail out in the coming days.
Fun. Very nice.
And Ruth is thanking Annie for that idea of the quilt. Ricky is here.
Hey, Ricky. Yay.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good to see all of you.
Yeah, that's great. We got the gang. It's lovely.
She says, hi, Kim and Kal. My apologies for not attending as I should be, but the kitchen renovation is literally taking me over the edge. Oh, I feel your pain, Ricky.
They do.
Not to mention the holidays. It's good to be here. Oh, glad you could be here.
I sort of managed, or some might say mismanaged, our kitchen renovation several years ago, and you know.
Why do you say mismanaged?
Well, it's because it took forever.
Well,
but
we know that you are good but slow.
That is a kind way to put it. But yes, it's like, oh, I was running somewhere else to use the sink, and
God,
yeah,
we had to replace the faucet in the bathroom because we were hooking up a portable dishwasher.
At least we had one then.
Yeah, and but the faucet we had couldn't take the pressure, the water pressure. So anyway.
But yes, it's the heart of the home, right? So it's
crucial.
It really messes you up when you don't have it for.
Well, and leading up to the holidays.
Oh yeah,
what a high pressure time.
Yeah. Are you? Can you see? Is the end in sight, or is it going to be operational for the holidays? I hope.
I sure hope so.
Because sometimes there are still a bunch of like little bits that still need to be sorted out.
Crucial little bits, maybe.
But well, but maybe if it's
maybe
like
if
you've got the sort of main things working,
yeah,
that makes a big difference.
Exactly. If all you need is what are those called, kick plates or
toe kicks, yeah,
toe kicks,
like superficial
trim,
or yeah, exactly, or
some
final
accessories
touches,
on the wall or whatever. Judy says, thanks so much. I was in a weaving course, which was the same time as your collaging jam.
Right.
That explains it. I hope you had a good course. Ricky says, my sink is caught in the global supply chain.
Oh,
sad face.
Yes.
Not until January 5th. Oh my God, Ricky. I'm so sorry.
That's not a happy thing.
Not having a kitchen sink over the holidays. I don't know. That's rough. That is, I mean, it's rough just going so long without one, period. Yeah. I mean, we went without one.
It must have been at least a month.
Yeah, but we did rig something up so that we had a kitchen sink even before we had countertops.
Right. I did sort of use the old sink somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that's rough. So you're pulling out lots of magazines.
Yeah.
What's the theme today, Cal?
It is Together Again.
There we go.
And so being tired and at the end of my term and so on, I have gone with a very simple plan, which is I found on the internet some puzzle piece templates. And so what I thought I was going to do is I'm going to use this. I've blown it up so that these central four are reasonably large. And I am just going to gather a bunch of different kinds of things and stack them up underneath this, and then cut the pieces out, and then look at combinations of how they might go together. And whether or not they might be interesting connections, they might be interesting juxtapositions, there might just be silliness. But it sounds to me like about as much as my taxed brain can handle. Right. And that's fine. That's fine by me.
Oh, look at that. That's fun.
Isn't that fun? That's I'm just rifling.
I don't think that's on the screen at all.
It is, yeah. It just hasn't caught up with you.
Oh, right.
Because you're on a delay.
Sorry, I forgot.
It's all right. We'll get you there.
You know, I just cleaned my glasses and now I can't see out of them. What is that about? Ruth says, "Oh wow, what a cool idea! I have to say the pieces that this group posts in the Facebook group are amazing. I can never seem to accomplish a collage that flows in any kind of way. It's still my goal, so I will keep at it." That's the spirit, Ruth.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure you're being harder on yourself than is warranted, but we all strive for things, right? So, and
it may just be a question of time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, put in some miles on it and don't judge any one piece too harshly.
Yeah.
Just like make something, note what you like and what you would like to change about it, move on to the next one. Do another one. In fact,
what a great shot.
Yeah. In fact, our my mentor and our friend, the late Peter Koliznik, used to always say, do another one, do another one. And it was like a broken record, but because it's like a profound truth, right?
Because we need to be told that, just like we often need to be told, don't do all the pieces in the one piece.
Yeah, that's one of Kim's, and it's so true. Whenever I sit down after a break from making art, and even sometimes not having had a break, and I'm just there's pent up demand, and I just like start doing every idea that's been building up in my head on the one piece. It's like
when he really should have 5 pieces going in tandem, and put some of his ideas in each. Yeah.
But I also noticed that sort of doing that the first time or two, and then it sort of settles down as I keep going. I realize, oh right, okay, I don't need to do it all on one.
Lisa Kemp is here.
Hey, Lisa.
Welcome,
Yay.
Lisa. Ruth says, I think I always overdo the piece. Yes, and that's one of the reasons you want to do more than one in tandem, Ruth. Because, again, it's that thing of we tend to do more than one piece in the single piece. And that will help you recognize when to stop, because you won't have all your eggs in one basket, mentally and emotionally. So we really are collecting quite the interesting assortment of different things
and stuff.
I must apologize if your the camera view is shaking, because my legs, which like to bounce, they are going crazy today. I've managed to stop them temporarily, but
but give her another few seconds and she'll be back.
I don't have a conscious grip on it. They'll start up again.
Then we'll be hopping again. She's just so excited, I think.
I'm so excited. I just can't hold it. Yeah, I can see the shake in the camera. I'm really gonna try not to bounce my knees. I'm so sorry, everybody. For that
it's gonna be torture, though. You're gonna be.
Yes.
What we need to do is put like pillows on the floor to dampen the throb.
Well, you know, in our old house, our previous house, which was a brand new house with engineered structure to the floors.
There was also a lot of carpet, which also helps, probably.
No, but even without the carpet, the floors were so rock solid.
Right. Yes, that's true.
It wouldn't have bounced.
Yeah.
But these floors, oh my God.
The joint is jumping.
How many layers of reasons do these floors bounce in response? Oh well. Playing cards.
Yep.
You're gonna use the Joker? What's the Joker?
Where?
The one you just.
Oh, is that a Joker?
Yeah, I wouldn't. If you want the sun design,
don't use the Joker.
Don't use up a Joker.
Use like
precious.
the three of diamonds. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you were watching. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I certainly wasn't.
You want me to bring an ice pack for your computer?
If you wouldn't mind, the fan is definitely going.
Mine was going earlier, but it stopped. So
it's fandemonium. Yep, no worries. And we'll be back shortly after these commercial messages. I was thinking with Together Again, I thought I'd go looking for kings and queens, and looks like I've already used the Queen of Hearts, but I thought, oh, Queen of Hearts would be great, but yes, that's all. I already had that thought earlier. until I get some more, another deck. We'll have to hold that thought. All right. I'm sure I have way more than enough options already. In fact, I know I do. But you know, it's hard to stop sometimes. All right. But let's.
Here's the ice pack.
Thank you so much. That's gonna. I'm gonna be glad about that.
Yeah. You might have to adjust the angle on your laptop, flatten a bit, flatten the stand a bit. I've had my laptop
slide
topple.
Off. Yeah.
Yes. There we go.
Excellent. Cooler laptops will prevail.
Nothing's happened in the chat while I was gone. So.
Excellent. One of my best friends is an architect, and I asked him if he had any like old proofs of drawings, like diagrammatical floor plans and so on. So he reached into his blue bin and gave me some. So I'm not even sure I'll use that today, but I've got it as an option.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm. So these cards are too small for these. Okay, so that rules those out.
Okay.
I also printed the puzzle pieces a bit smaller than that, so they might find their way into that. I'm not even sure how I'm going to go about this, but
you'll make it up.
Since I do want things to land more somewhat, I mean, it's going to be harder the further down I go, but I can sort of position people, objects, or faces, or key image components. Let's put it that way. Like that.
There's a fancy $10 term, hey?
Well, because they're not all going to be faces, right? So
they're not.
It's a case of just finding. Oh, okay, and that works too. Okay. Figure it out as we go along. Is that high enough? Not even quite. Okay. I don't know how many layers I can actually cut through, so I will layer up at least a few. Like this one, I am going to put it in all of them so that it can move. I will get 4 puzzle pieces, and then I can just choose, because one of the things I'm thinking is if I cut a whole bunch of these and I cut them at the same time, their edges should match. But I'll be able to have the option of using, for instance, with this, I'll have 4 different puzzle piece shaped crops. Well, no, actually, it's not quite big enough for that. But anyway, I'll be able to like, oh, I could use this one or that one or that one, depending on which position or which location. Yeah, if I did it sideways, it might work. Do it. But that's still not high enough.
No.
Well, it's not high enough or not wide enough, but
oh dear,
it's all right.
Well, I'll get a chunk of weight in it.
Yeah, I'll get a couple. I'll make it work on this side, and the other side we'll just have to see how it goes. So Yeah, so that I can keep flapping this up, I'm going to tape it to this other one here. Like that. I'm just going to keep adding things. Now these guys, there's something holiday about that, isn't there?
Well,
for sure.
The colors.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some pretty crazy eye makeup. Check out the eye makeup on these guys. I'll try and get it without the glare in there. I don't know whether that's showing well enough. But they have like, it's like emulating eyelashes, except it's a graphic stripe pattern. So it's,
oh, that's fun.
It's crazy. It's actually kind of startling and cool. So it'd be nice if one was per face, or they actually one per side. So I might have to trim it in the middle to get that to work.
Right.
So if you are using this prompt, tell us about tell Kim in the chat what you're thinking, what your ideas for interpreting it are.
Yeah.
If you have an idea.
What kind of imagery you might be working with, or materials.
Or if you're saying, no, that prompt isn't for me, I'm working on this instead, tell us what that is. The prompts are always optional, as you know, because sometimes that's actually a close-up of the same sort of eye approach.